Hey guys, my name is Confident. Welcome to the 24-minute lesson excerpt where I will be sharing with you some ideas, some methods, some strategies or concepts that you can incorporate as you prepare for your final exams, be it you're studying towards your grade 7, your grade 8 or your grade 9. Now, if these videos are handy and you are benefiting from them, you can actually press the like button, or if you've got some ideas, you can leave some comments below. If you also like to be notified of extra videos every time we post them, you can subscribe to our channel and then you'll get some notification every time there are new videos. And also, if you are interested in some of our resources, be it textbooks and some videos, you can check this at the end of this video. We will send you some information. Now let's check this concept out. Word problems are one of the most important area of your mathematics. And as you move from your grade 7 to grade 8 to grade 9, you will always come up across these word problems. And in this section, I'm going to look at how these change over time. We will start with our grade 7 and see how they bring about a word problem in grade 7. And you can start from this pace and work your way to grade 8 and to grade 9. Now let us look at this question that is given. It says, a mother is twice as old as her daughter. How old is the daughter if the mother is 64 years old? Now what is important is for you to be able to separate information that is given so that you can come with some mathematical expressions from the statements that are given, which is very, very important for your grade 7. So let us start by looking at the first statement. It says a mother, we underline the mother, is twice. So already we have got a mathematical statement there that the mother is 2 times. Twice means 2 times. Is twice as old as her daughter. So now if I have, in this case, if I have a mother and I have a daughter, so I've got these 2 people. Now the mother and the daughter, they have got their own ages. So they are saying the mother is twice as old as her daughter. So which means, let us make an example. If the mother is 30 years, how old do you think is the daughter? So if the mother is 30 years, remember the mother is twice as old as the daughter. So you expect the daughter to be half the age of the mother. So the daughter will be 15 years. Why? Because the mother is 2 times as old as the daughter. How did I get 15 years? I said 30 divided by 2, then it gave me actually it is on the daughter's age. I said to find the daughter's age, it was 30 divided by 2, so that I got 15 years. So this is information that I use. Now in this scenario, we are saying a mother is twice as old as a daughter, but now we do not know the age of the mother. So you can say, in this case, let the age of mother be equal to X. So this, we know now that the mother will be X years old. So now if we know that the mother's age is X years, in this case, so the mother is X years, just like we did with the daughter. We said if the mother was 30 years, the daughter will be 30 divided by 2, which is 15 years. So now what will be the age of the daughter? In this case, the daughter will be X divided by 2 years. If the mother is X years old, the daughter will be X divided by 2 years. Now let us go back to the statement and say what it says. It says a mother is twice as old as a daughter. Now it says, how old is the daughter if the mother is 64 years old? Already you can see that now they are telling us the mother in this case is 64 years old. So which means our X for mother here is equal to 64 years. Now the age of the daughter will be 64 divided by 2, which is equal to 32 years. So the age of the daughter is 32 years old. But now if you were working it like that, you can actually come with a mathematical expression if you are to do it in terms of X. If they say a mother is twice as old as her daughter, so you are going to say let the age of, let's say, daughter be equal to X. So now if the age of the daughter is X, so you're going to say mother's age. Remember they say a mother is twice as old as the daughter, so mother's age will be equal to 2 times, which is 2x. And then says how old is the daughter if the mother is 64 years old? So then you are going to come with an equation and say the mother's age 2x. They told us this mother's age is 64 years old. Now when you solve for x, you divide by 2. That is how you solve for x, whereby if 2 and x are combined by a multiplication sign, we have to divide by 2. What we do on the left, we must do on the right. So 2 divided by 64, in this case, you can use a calculator, but I'll advise you not to use a calculator so that you can get used to division. 2 divided by 64 is 32. So you can see that now our x is equal to 32 years. So which means the daughter's age is 32 years. So you can conclude and say, if they say how old is the daughter, you say daughter is 32 years old. So that is how you can approach it if you are working from grade 7 stage. What about from grade 8 stage? Let us see how these questions change as you move to grade 8. It says the difference, let us look at this example. The difference between two natural numbers is 12 and their sum is 54. Calculate the value of the larger number. So you can see that slowly the questions become a little bit more complicated as you move from your grade 7 to your grade 8. In grade 7, it's just the foundation that they are laying. Now in grade 8, they are now expecting you to formulate some equations, then or some expressions. It says the difference. The word difference means minus. That is the word difference mean. Remember, the sum means plus and the difference means minus. So the difference between two natural numbers, you need to know the natural numbers. In this case, the natural numbers, we're talking of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. The normal counting numbers, they call them the natural numbers. You can call it the 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. So it says the difference between two natural numbers is 12, and their sum, remember sum means to add, their sum is 54. Now it says calculate the value of the larger number. So again, this is an expression or this is a statement that needs you to come up with some mathematical expressions. So now if they say the difference between the two numbers, so you can start by saying let the first number so we're going to say let the first number be equal to x. So that's what we have, because we do not know the first number, so we're going to say let the first number be equal to x. So it says the difference between the two natural numbers is 12. So now if I have, for example, it is always good to start with numbers. For example, if I had two numbers, let's say I had one of the numbers was 50. Now from this 50, then I have the second number here. If I subtract these two numbers, I am going to get 12. That's what they're saying. Suppose one of the numbers was 50. If I subtract, it says the difference between two numbers is 12. So now the question is, what will be this number in this case here? What will be that number? X. That's what they are saying, because the question says calculate these two numbers, and also it says and their sum is 54. So again, I can take the same number. Remember, I have 50 plus that particular number. I must get 54. So do you see how this whole expression is coming about? Now let us start with the first one. Now remember, I was just using 50 as an example, but now how do you go about approaching this? It says the difference between the difference between two natural numbers. So if I have got one number which is x, as we said, let that number be x, and it says the difference between the two numbers, the other number will have to be x plus 12. That is how you have your first number and your second number. Now, why am I saying that? So if I've got the first number as x and the other number as x plus 12, it means this number is bigger and this number is smaller. Remember, as I said, these are natural numbers, counting numbers. One must be bigger and one must be smaller or larger. That's why they say to calculate the value of the larger number. So now if you look at these two numbers, they say the difference between the two numbers. So I will say, in this case, if I subtract the two numbers, x plus 12, that is the bigger number, minus x, you will see that it will cancel that and give me a 12. So it does meet the first expression, which says the difference between the two natural numbers is 12. So that statement then is correct. And then it says and their sum is 54. So now if the first number is x and the second number is x plus 12, so what I'll be having in this case x, the sum, remember, means to add them, and then x plus 12. If I add them, they're saying their sum is 54. Now says I must calculate the value of the larger number. So now this is now an equation, and in this particular equation I have got the x and the x collect like terms. Remember, if it's x, it means there is a 1 there and there is a 1 there. If I say 1 plus 1, I get 2, but in this case it's 2x plus 12 is equal to 54. Remember, when I've got x plus x is same as 1x plus 1x, ignore the x and just add the number before, which we call it the coefficient. So the number before x is a 1 here, and the number before x is a 1 here. So if you say plus, means 1 plus 1, you get your 2, and then you retain your x, plus 12 is equal to 54. and then now you need to remain with x on one side. You have to take this particular 12 with the sign, let it jump the equal sign, and when it jumps the equal sign, it changes from positive, remember, to negative. So what you're going to have, you are going to say now 2x is equal to 54. It was plus 12, now is going to be minus 12. Why? Because 12 jumped an equal sign and the sign has to change. Now you can use your calculator to find what is 54 minus 12. The calculator will say 42. So you have got 2x is equal to 42. Now at this stage, how do you find the answer? If you have got 2x is equal to 42, what you must remember, 2 and x are separated with a multiplication sign there. It's 2 times x, and the only way to separate 2 and x if they're multiplying, remember the opposite of multiplication is to divide, and what you do on the left, you do on the right. What we did, if I can revert back to this part where there was a plus between 2x and 12, the opposite of plus, remember, is minus. So when there's a plus, you subtract, but when there is a multiplication sign, you introduce a division sign. Then after that, you have to divide to say x in this case is equal to 42 divided by 2. 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 4, it's 2, 2 into 2, it's 1, which is 21. But you can test your answer with a calculator where you're going to say, remember it was 54 minus 12. In this case, it was 54 minus 12. We got 42, and then we're saying 42 divided by 2, which is 21. Now we are not done. We know that our x is 21. We said let the smaller number be 21. The question says calculate the value of the larger number. So you need to come back here. This is, remember, your larger number. So you are going to say the larger number is 21. Remember, it's x plus 12, which is 21 plus 12, and then you are going to again you can add it with a calculator. As you can see there, it is 33. So you're going to say 21 plus 12, which is equal to 33. So you're going to say larger number equal to 33. So that is how you solve this particular problem. Now let us look at a question now that is at a grade 9 level. As I said, these questions, they keep increasing in terms of the amount of concept that you must apply. They start with grade 7 where there is the foundation, grade 8 whereby you have to now introduce your equations or your expressions, and then grade 9 also comes at another level. Let us look at an example. It says the perimeter of a rectangle, which means you need to know the word perimeter, what it means, is 46 centimeters. Now what is perimeter? Perimeter is a distance right around the shape. So if I can draw a rectangle in this case, so that we can, so this is what you have as a rectangle. Now in this particular rectangle, they're saying the perimeter of a rectangle is 46 centimeters. So they are meaning the distance from this point, we can use the distance from that point here to that point, to that point, to that point. So if I had this point as A and this point as B and this point as C, and that point as D. If they say perimeter, it is from A to B, A, B, then plus B to C, plus C to D, and plus D to A. So perimeter is the distance right around the shape, as I'm trying to indicate in that. So they are saying the perimeter of a rectangle is 46 centimeters. So that they are saying it is 46 centimeters if you add. And then there is some crucial information after. They're saying if the length is equal to that and the breadth is equal to that, calculate the area of the rectangle. So they are giving us the length, which is the longest side, and they're saying the length is 2x plus 5, which means from A to B is 2x plus 5. And they are also saying the breadth, which is from B to C, is x plus 6. So that is what we're given. So which means, remember, this is a rectangle, two sides are equal, AB and DC. So also here it will be 2x plus 5, and then on the other side also AD will be x plus 6. So now they are saying calculate the area of the rectangle. Now the area, remember, when they talk about the area, what they are actually referring to is the distance inside the shape. So the area is everything that is inside here. Just don't want to so everything inside, so that I don't affect that. But of course it include in the places where there is also x plus 5 and x plus 6. So everything inside is the perimeter, is the area of this rectangle. So now let us read the statement again. It says the perimeter of the rectangle is 46. If the length is that and the breadth is that, calculate the area of the rectangle. So what you do with the information that you are given, you are going to first find the perimeter. Remember, AB is now 2x plus 5 plus BC, which is x plus 6, plus CD, which is another 2x plus 5, plus DA, which is x plus 6, which is that perimeter, is equal to 46 according to the information that we're given. Then the next thing you need to do is to collect your like terms. You collect all your x, and then you also collect all your numbers together as I'm trying to indicate them. So what you'll have 2x plus x plus 2x. As you can see, I was marking them. It is very important so that you can see if ever you are forgetting any other number. So this, I'm collecting like terms, and then what I'm going to do is say equal to, I will have 46. Now 5 will jump to change from positive to negative. 6 will also do the same. The 5 here will do the same, and the 6 will also do the same. Remember, when they jump the equal sign, they change the sign. So it will be 46 minus 5 minus 6 minus 5 minus 6. Or if you wanted to add them before they jump, it's also fine. You could have added 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6 before they jump. It can then be one number that is jumping. Whatever way, it is still fine. Now it's easier to work now with the right hand side, where you take a calculator and say 46 minus 5 minus 6 minus 5 minus 6. You get 24 on this side, As I said, you could have added and said first 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6, you're going to get 22, and you're going to say 46 minus 22, it was still going to give you your 24. Now the next thing is to add the right hand side, the left hand side. So you have got 2. Forget about the x, just focus on the numbers, which we call them the coefficients of x, or the numbers before x. So there is a 2, and then in this number it's just x, it means there is a 1, and there is a 2, and there is a 1. These are the numbers you are adding. You are adding 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, which is 6 in this case. You can confirm that with the calculator. So the number before x is 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, which is 6. Then you just retain the x. So you have got 6x is equal to 24. Now remember, in between 6 and x is a multiplication sign, which is represented by that dot. So for you to get rid of 6 so that you can remain with x, you have to divide both sides by what you don't need, which is that particular 6, so that you have x is equal to 6 into 24. In this case it is 4, but you can test it. Always test it with your calculator, because it helps you to ensure that your answers are correct. So which is 4. So now you have got x is equal to 4. But remember, the question is not looking for x. The question says calculate the area of the rectangle. Now you need to know the formula for the area of the rectangle. So what is the formula? So you say area of rectangle is equal to length times breadth. This is the formula, and you need to know the formula of the rectangle. So the formula of the rectangle is equal to length times breadth. Now you need to know now what is the length. If you come and say the length, they told us the length was 2x plus 5, and in this case you know what is your x, which is 2, and our x, we can say 2 times 4, because our x is, we did calculate our x, which is 2 times 4 plus 5, and then we will get our length. In this case 2 times 4, which is 8. 8 plus 5 will give us 13. 2 times 4 plus 5, you can see that it is giving us 13. So the length is 13 centimeters. And then what about the breadth? The breadth is x plus 6. In this case it is x plus 6. Now remember, your x is 4, which is equal to 4 plus 6, and it is equal to 10 centimeters. So you have got your length, which is 13 centimeters. You have got your breadth, which is 10 centimeters. So now the question is calculate the area. Remember, go back to the question. It says calculate the area of the rectangle. Now how do we calculate the area of the rectangle? We know our length, we know our breadth, and we know our formula, and this is the formula for calculating the area of a rectangle. So you're going to say area of a rectangle is equal to length times breadth. Is allowed to do that, which is our length is 13 times our breadth is 10, and then you can multiply that, which is 130. Now the units are very important because it's centimeter and centimeter. it will be square centimeters as the area of that. You can prove it with your calculator to say 13 times 10, which is 130, but don't forget the units are also important as that. Now, this is how the question can come about in your grade 9, whereby it's a word problem, but this particular word problem, it involves mensuration of shapes, whereby the area and the perimeter of a rectangle was important. I hope this was of benefit to you, whereby I compared grade 7, 8, 9. If you are working on your grade 9 mathematics, it will always be good to start with your foundation of grade 7 if you missed it, and then follow up with your grade 8, and grade 9 becomes much easier to understand. If you benefited from the lesson, I would encourage you to check out our other lessons that we keep posting. And for you to be easily notified, you can press the like button or subscribe to our channel so that every time we post a new video, you will be notified. We've come to the end of our lesson. Thank you.